welcome to the Amateur Sports Network. I'm Matias Bueno. Today we're interviewing the head coach of the Manitoba Fearless, MacFarlane. Brett, welcome to Amateur Sports Network.
Well, thank you very much for having me, Matias.
Congratulations on being hired as the new head coach of the Manitoba Fearless. What made you feel up to the job of being a head coach for this football team since you've been the defensive coordinator for the last number of years?
I felt like I was up to the task of being the head coach of Manitoba Fearless. Just from the experience that I've had being with the team, learning from the coach, previous head coach Craig Baczynski, and then just growing in the position as a defensive coordinator. So, learning situations in the game arise and how to handle them, learning from Batch how to handle them, and just having discussions with our other offensive coaches and defensive coaches who all have former head coach experience, especially Rob Bailey. He was a provincial head coach with Team Manitoba at the U18 and U16 levels. So learning from him and just kind of absorbing all the information that I can to be the best head coach that I can be going forward.
So have you ever been a head coach of a football team before then?
This will be the first time that I'm taking on that task, and looking forward to this offseason we have coming up. And we're doing all the right things. We're going in the right direction with the program, and we're continuing to grow. We have multiple girls coming up now and previous girls that used to play for the Fearless that are coming back to our workouts, our off-season training.
So in terms of, you said you have never been a head coach before. Did you ever anticipate after your football playing career with the University of Manitoba Bisons that you would ever see yourself in a head coaching position later on? Or was it something that you had never really given much thought before?
No, you know what? I knew that not everybody makes it to the CFL, right? So I knew from the get-go that if I wasn't going to be playing professional football, that I eventually, it was just, I'm going to be coaching. I love football so much, so passionate about it. I have been since I was a little kid. And I didn't know, honestly, it's a bit of a surprise that it took the turn the way it did in coaching women's football, and that I'm receiving the title coaching a women's football team. I would have never thought that it would have been the case. But you know what, I'm honored by it and very, very much looking forward to it. Being in practice, I've always had passion for football and just learning in general, learning the game and learning the different position groups for football. So I played defensive back at University of Manitoba, played linebacker. But then on top of that, just learning from the offensive coaches over the span of my lifetime with receivers coaches that I've had in the past, guys that have played in the CFL, guys that have been drafted in the CFL, played at Simon Fraser University, quarterback coaches that I've had privilege to work with in Southern California, who are all conferences, players that went on to Division I programs in the state of California. You look at defensive line coaches that I've had the experience of learning from with Scott Barber with the University of Manitoba Bisons, and just picking their brain. And I know those are always available to contact and brush up on myself and new techniques, all those things. So overall, it's just been an awesome experience for me to learn all these new positions and in football and just to get the best knowledge that I have from those people. And I think it's made me more a well-rounded young head coach, I guess, if you will. I feel like I'm prepared for it in the ways of understanding the multiple position groups on offense and defense. And then also I have to give credit to the staff that is around me. I mentioned Rob Bailey, but there's also Nathan Weichel, there's Curtis Cron. These guys are all high-level coaches, both played at the university level, I believe, or at junior level, and they both have involvement with the provincial team. We have tons and tons of experience, knowledge on our staff. You're only as good as the people that you're surrounding yourself with. I'm very fortunate to have these guys on my staff, and we are looking forward to adding some new pieces to our staff as well that can help us kind of launch our program even further.
So seeing as how you've put in a lot of preparation to make sure that you're in the best position to be the most successful coach you can be in your first head coaching experience, what do you anticipate will be the greatest challenge of being a rookie head coach with the Fearless?
The greatest challenge is the lack of experience. There is going to be some times that situations will arise in a game that I will lean on those coaches like Rob or Nathan, as a collective group, just to get their advice, get their opinion. What do you think we should do? How would you go about this? Okay, this is a situation. All right, okay, you good with this? We were representing this. Okay, let's go ahead and do it. I do understand that there are times when you just have to make that decision as a coach. That would be off the top of my head, one of the situations that may arise were being a first-time head coach. And then the other thing is more from the logistics standpoint, getting things together in terms of hotels, speaking with our GM, making sure everybody's set, everybody's, there on time to leave on the bus. And then the other one, I would say, is the off-season. So making sure that we as a staff are recruiting and getting the best athletes that we can out and retaining the athletes that we do have. And then on top of that is getting them involved in our strength and conditioning program. Those are some of the challenges I think that any team faces, but especially for me as a first-time head coach.
So there's obviously lots of things that encompass being a head coach for the first time. How does the dynamic of your role change as a head coach in comparison to defensive coordinator?
The first thing that came to mind as you're asking that question is the role, right? So I'm going to continue to be the defensive coordinator on the staff, but it'll be a shared role with head coach and defensive coordinator, and then I will have to give up my position group coach, right? So I'll have to find another to replace that. But in terms of some of the challenges with it, the head coach has to be watching the game the whole time and understanding transitions between special teams, offense, and defense, and injuries. How do you got to make sure you're on top of it. You're the head of the sideline there. I mean, this past year we would have each position group would have a special team that they would take care of, and then that way that kind of minimizes the amount of responsibility put on the head coach to make sure that all those things are taken care of. This way that you can focus on the game and what's going on. That would be some of the challenges that I would think. I don't think it will be as big a task to continue to do what I was doing previously and still be the head coach on the sideline. I think that with the amount of coaches that we have, the amount of experience that we have, it should be a smooth process and smooth transition for me.
Who would you say in your time as a player and as a coach has been one of the coaches that you've looked up to in terms of the job that they've done with the football team that you were a part of, and how they've kind of had an influence on your coaching style and on how you've taken on coaching after playing in university?
Number one, immediately, is Stan Pierre. He's defensive coordinator at the University of Manitoba for the Bisons. I have learned so much from that man, and it is just incredible. I find myself, and there's kind of almost a tree now stemming from him, a coaching tree, in the sense that Mitchell Harrison is now at Dakota, and I played with him, and he learned from Stan as well. And then there's multiple other former players that are coaching now. We just lost our last game against St. Paul's last night, and throughout the year in practice, I'm teaching the same system, I'm teaching the same language. I can understand now why, and I appreciate how patient he was with us, and especially with me in the teaching and learning process of, just being a coordinator and being a coach. Find myself during practices with the women or in high school, I'm saying the same phrases that he would say, and I kind of chuckle sometimes just because I'm like, oh my God, I sound like Coach Pierre. And but it's true, and the whole system-wise, this one-man, one-gap system, the coverages that he runs are all similar to what I'm doing now, and I'm forever thankful to him. This may be the first time he ever hears this, but I am very appreciative of him. And if I did not go to the University of Manitoba, I can honestly tell you that I do not believe I would have the same depth and knowledge of understanding of a defensive system and defensive systems, and especially learning of offenses and how they work, and concepts and how teams attack you, how you can counter it. There's just so much that goes into it that he is kind of taught me, and even extending further into scouting opponents, what to look for, how are they attacking you, and how are you going to adjust to it, and how can you gain a competitive edge against your opponents and be successful in doing so. Yeah, so I first and foremost would be Stan Pierre for sure. There's multiple other coaches that I've experienced over the course of my life that have had a positive impact on me. Mike Kennedy at Grant Park High School, currently working with at the building at Grant Park. I've known him since I was 11 years old, and he's had a big impact on me and in terms of coaching and just a leadership role. And I'm continuing to learn from him now on how to handle a team and the off-season issues that come up, and even within a high school, there's things that happen on a daily basis with kids, and you have to be able to handle situations that arise and have a backup plan and all these sort of steps that are involved in making sure that you put the best product out on the field, and you're taking care of the administration side in the meantime as well. So I had experience with that had a positive impact on me for sure. But those two would stand out. You know what? I shouldn't say just those two. Richard Urbanovich, defensive back coach at University of Manitoba, he had a really big impact on me in terms of the technique side of playing defensive back and making sure that we were always ready to go and always crisp in what we were doing when we played. So I'd be remiss if I didn't add it in as well. So those would be likely the top three guys that had an impact on me.
Brett, so many great things we've discussed today, and it really sounds like you've got a good model for how you're going to progress as a head coach. I wish you the best of luck this season with the team. I'm very interested to see how you guys are going to continue to progress throughout this offseason and into the playing season as well. I want to thank you for your time and for being on the Amateur Sports Network today with us.
Awesome. Thank you very much for having me, Matias.
Thanks again, Brett, for joining us on Amateur Sports Network. Matias Bueno, Amateur Sports Network, Winnipeg.
At Super 8 Winnipeg West, we have your comfort in mind with free Wi-Fi and free daily Superstart breakfast. We also have guest laundry facilities, a state-of-the-art fitness center, and a jetted hot tub. Sleep well in a spacious guest room equipped with plush new bedding, a 50-inch flat-screen HD TV, microwave, mini refrigerator, and Keurig coffee maker. Or book a suite with a kitchen, ideal for extended stays. Super 8 Winnipeg West, located just inside the perimeter on Portage Avenue.